Hello everyone and welcome to one more of my videos. My name is Sofia Tsurlaki and in today's video I will talk about who to ask and what to ask when it comes to Islam, and those that are being asked, what criteria to use before you answer. The reason being that most of what people know about Islam is based on what someone told them or what they asked. And those people, I mean, personally, I'm being contacted by many people in the social media. Some of them, they're Muslims, that they want to learn more or to understand some things more. But majority, they are either people that they want to convert or they have just converted and they try to, find their way through Islam, or people that they're not Muslims. Some of them, they do adhere to some religion. Some of them, they state it from, the first sentence that, look, I don't follow any religion. Tell me why this and why that. Now, I do understand that many people contact me. I mean, the volume of the contacts I have is because of my element as my profession, because I'm an academic of Islam. And I think at this point, should I start by that? Yes, I will start by that. So now I'm talking to those that they ask questions. So when you ask someone questions, you need to be wise in how you approach the person and whom do you approach and for what. The first thing that I try to communicate with anyone who contacts me is that, especially those that they're not Muslims, is that for me, Islam is not only my discipline, my expertise, is also my religion. I love this religion. I chose this religion. It has an emotional impact. When something will be expressed, an opinion will be expressed about my religion, it does have an emotional impact. And we like it or not, I'm not a machine. Yet. No, I'm not a machine, I'm a human. So when people will come and tell me, or when I will see that the objective of the question is just to invalidate or offend or, my religion, my faith, I will get emotionally triggered. I mean, nobody, if someone will tell you that, oh, because I'm an academic, not me, if someone will tell you that because they are academics, we are emotionally detached, not when you're a believer as well. Okay, so I have the hat of academia, but I'm also a believer. So one thing is this: make sure that you don't offend the person that you ask, because if anything, you have intruded my daily schedule. You have, you demand my intellectual labor and my time. So if I do that, if I give you that gift, make sure that you will not trigger me emotionally, because I'm an academic, but I'm also from Crete. Yeah, I'm a Cretan. Greek people understand what I mean. Now, also make sure that you have a wise choice of whom do you ask. And I will give you a very simplistic example as much as I can to help everyone understand. So, you see how we have cars. Okay, I want you to think of a religion, any religion, like a car. I will talk about Islam, but what I'm talking about is not only about Islam and Muslims, it's about any religion, okay, today. So imagine that the religion is a car. Technically, theoretically, 75% of the population knows how to drive a car, okay? Okay. This percentage is the lay believers. Okay, the lay believers, the average lay believer, knows the necessary minimum to be able to drive the car. So in the equivalent of religion, they know the necessary minimum of what their obligations are, the prayers, whatever they need to do to be good in the religion. I will start using terminology, Islamic terminology, because I'm Muslim and I'm talking about Islam, but this applies in every religion, okay? Judaism and Christianity, all the Abrahamic religions. Now, a car, someone will think that a car is a simple construction, is a simple thing. Well, is it really? I don't think it is. The way a car is a combination of many different parts. The same thing happens with Islam. So to have a car, you have someone that is a specialist on tires, okay? And you have someone else, another specialty, that is about the engine. And there is another specialty about the glass. And there is another specialty about the metal parts and the color and stuff like that. And there is another specialty nowadays with the electronic systems, you know, the navigation and all these things. So if you have a car and you want to understand how the electronics work, and you go and you ask someone that is responsible for the glass, most probably you will not get a correct answer. And it will not mean that the person you asked is an idiot or is not knowledgeable in their expertise. The idiot will be the one who asked. Okay, so the same thing with Islam. Islam as a discipline, as a knowledge, you know, a body of knowledge, is very diverse and very rich. We have 1,400 years of accumulated knowledge in each aspect. So there are people that they are the judges, okay? They spend their entire life studying the law, becoming experts in law. They might be 65, 70 years old and they still study the law. Not because they are slow in learning, but because it is that complicated. You have others that they are experts in kalam. You have others that they are experts in hadith. You have others that they are experts in theology. You have others that they are expert in Quranic studies. All of these disciplines together, they create what simplistically we will call Islamic studies or Islamic knowledge, or, you know. So if you come to me, my expertise specifically is about Islamic sociology, and I do have a keen interest on Islamic law and the gender issues, the position of the woman, okay? So this is my expertise. If you come and you ask me a theological question, and I don't give you an answer, because that's what I do. We will talk about how to respond in such questions later on. But if I don't give you an answer, it doesn't invalidate my knowledge. It just shows that you have no idea what you're talking about. You have no idea about the richness and the complication of Islam, and you just randomly ask questions. So this is for those that they randomly, you know, approach people and they ask questions. And don't do that. Don't randomly ask questions. Approach the person if you need so much to know, and then ask them first, what is your field? What is your expertise? Or can you guide me? Can you guide me find an answer? On this aspect, it's very disrespectful to demand or to expect that even if someone is an expert, so if you come and you ask me a matter related to women, okay, I will most probably know. But in aim to know, it means that I have read at least 20 books. And I know the very details and the very complication, that every complication and every detail possible for the last 1,000 years at least. If you want me to text you back or to give you a voice, you know, usually I record voice messages, to explain to you within 2 phrases or, 1 minute, all the complication, I will not do it. I will not do it because I can give you the guidelines, but I will not go into depth. Again, you need to take responsibility. If you want to study Islam, study Islam. You don't have to be Muslim to study it, but do it yourself. Don't expect, in Greek language we say chewed food. So don't expect for someone to chew the food and then put it in your mouth. So this is for those that they ask questions. Now let's go to those of us that we receive the questions. And I will talk to everyone, to every single Muslim, because I know that most of the times those people ask even lay believers. And again, it's like if you want to understand how the engine of a car works and then you go and you ask an average driver. But an average driver most probably doesn't know how the engine... I am an amazing driver. I hate driving, but that's a different story. But I'm very good at driving. But if you ask me about any car, all I can tell you is the color. Even the name, the brand, if I don't see it written, I don't know what type of car it is. Okay? I just know the color. But I know how to drive. So the same thing happens with the lay believers. The lay believers are like drivers. If you ask them about kalam, if you ask them about philosophy, most probably they will not know. But what will happen is that many people feel that if they don't answer, that invalidates their faith. And now I'm talking to Muslims. So when someone will approach you and will ask you to answer any question in Islam, there is no shame into saying, you know what, I'm not an expert on this topic. I will not, attempt to answer your question. Go and find a scholar. That is all you have to do. Giving a wrong answer or giving the answer that you assume is correct and presenting it as the absolute truth, that is not good. Don't do it. This is one of the reasons why today we have reached to this ridiculous level of each community have different understandings about Islam and telling us different stories about Islam. Now, a few steps that I want you to, I will tell you what I do when I'm being approached, and then God bless you and choose what you will do. So the first thing that I check when someone approaches me, the first thing I ask them, especially if they are not Muslims, my question is, why do you want to know? What is the purpose of the knowledge? What do you want to achieve with that? Most people, they will do it either because they feel bored and they have nothing else to do and they just scroll down in social media, they saw you in some answer, in some, comment you left, and they just want to play. Some of them, they have malicious intentions. They just want to, to argue. Don't engage. It's not your job to save the world. It's not your job to answer every question. Sometimes Muslims will do that. Muslims that they have opinions that differ from yours, they will do the same thing. They will come and they will try to challenge you. And these people are easy to spot. At least it happens to me. They will always, at some point, they will try to approach you, and sometimes they will try to flatter you and then challenge you or something. And then they will always say, I challenge you to do this or to do that. We don't play that game anymore. This was very, very prominent in the 90s. We grew up since then, so I don't play that game. I don't engage in challenges. The reason I don't engage in challenges is that because I have nothing to prove to anyone. My knowledge, my expertise, my religion, my identity as an academic, but also as a believer, is between me and Allah. You want to challenge me for what? To prove to me that an apple can be black? Alhamdulillah, God bless you. And there is a black apple, but anyway. So make, some preliminary checks to see who is asking, what is their need. If they really want to learn, then the best thing to do if you're a lay believer, send them to an academic, send them to a scholar. Don't feel that if you don't have an answer, that questions your faith, because this is how it feels sometimes. And these people are very good at, offending you. So one of the most, usually I refuse to respond, especially when it comes to topics that I don't feel confident talking about, like theology or like philosophy. But when I will not answer, and I will tell clearly that, look, that's not my expertise, I don't think that I have the right to give you knowledge on this aspect. The immediate response is like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you knew, I thought that you were educated enough. This is an indirect way to offend you and to challenge you and to steer you emotionally. Don't fall for this game. Not having an opinion about everything and anything is strength, is not a weakness. Nobody can be an expert in everything. Can someone be an expert in both, not both, in engineering and electronics of the car and painting the car and doing the tires? And no, nobody can do that. It's the same like, the building a house. Technically, theoretically, human species know how to build houses, but the average person doesn't. So don't feel that your faith is weak if you don't have answer for everything. Don't feel responsible to defend your faith, to defend Islam, to defend the actions of the Prophet, to defend the actions of, past scholars. It's not your job to defend Islam. Islam does not need your defense. Don't feel the need to prove that you are knowledgeable. You have nothing to prove to mortals. And it's much wiser. I think it was Imam Shafi, of one of the madahib, that when the questions that the people were asking him were too abstract and too, imaginary, he would say that don't ask me such questions. Go away. I will not answer such questions. So refusing to answer or refusing to go into this feeling that you must answer for everything, it's not your job. You're not supposed to do that. So that is all for asking who to ask and to whom to respond when it comes to Islam. Try to learn as much as you can. Try to learn through books. Because even YouTube videos, and I say that as someone that I have a YouTube channel, okay? I give you snippets. I give you the bits and bytes, and I give you sources. The hard work is for you to do it. So if you're a Muslim and you want knowledge, there are sources. Go and read. If you're not a Muslim and you just want to challenge or you want to play, don't waste our time. Why to do that? There's no point. If you really want to learn about Islam, again, there are many books. You can download PDFs, you can borrow, you can go to libraries. You don't even have to pay. Knowledge is there. Don't vex people and respect our time. Time is precious. Respect it. So that is all for now. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope I will see you in one of the next videos. From me, for now,